Camron is putting the pressure on this guy, right? And I was really wondering, does this guy just dislike Derrick Jaxn just off the strength of just how he panders? Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos, and welcome to another episode of He Rants. I am your host, Felix Long Trousers. Man, check this out, man. If it's your first time on He Rants, I want to let you know I'm just a random guy who likes to talk about random stuff that interests me, and I just feel like I need to inform you guys about it. And if that sounds sexy or attractive to you, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as with the post notification. That way you always be one of the first people to hear the voice. And at the same time, leave a like, because I'm so damn insecure, and those likes definitely let me know I'm doing a stand-up job. At the same time, you gotta buy the merch. Mofo, men offering females orgasms because we're so humble. Link in the description box below. But let's not waste no more time, man. We gotta get into the first story. We are headed over here to Stillwater, Minnesota, right? Stillwater, Minnesota. I'm not gonna pretend like I know exactly where that is, even though it is called Stillwater, Minnesota, so it has to be in Stillwater, Minnesota. But you know what I'm talking about. I don't know where that is on the map, for real. It was in Minnesota. But look. Alright, man, the story is pretty much about this young boy, man, a 10-year-old boy who would not be denied the opportunity to get some Cheerios. So the story pretty much goes like this, man. This boy, he really wanted Cheerios, right? So police were doing their daily patrol, right? This actually happened over the weekend. Police were doing their daily patrol, just going around making sure that the city, the area is safe, like they usually do, right? And then they were able to see that there was a Chrysler minivan, right? Usually, known as the soccer mom vehicle of choice, right? Soccer moms, funny thing about soccer moms, right? Usually, most of the time when they're going out there taking their kids to those soccer games, they sometimes want to receive the peen from the coaches. I don't know if this is true, but somebody told it to me. And you know how humans are. Even if the story is not true, these stuff are not true, you'd rather believe the negative, right? So I believe that soccer moms are out here distributing pussies. The only way I can find out if this is actually accurate is by going on my own vag-tastic voyage to see and go to local soccer games and start approaching some of these soccer moms, seeing where their heads are at. But I digress, right? So pretty much what happened was they saw the minivan randomly just parked in the middle of the street. So they turned on our lights, right, to let them know we mean business. We're gonna pull you over. Upon turning on the lights, right, the minivan then decided to skirt off 50 miles per hour in reverse, right? So apparently this 10-year-old child did not know how to shift gears properly, right? Probably just knew right after park, just go to the R. Maybe the R means for really fast or something like that. But he went really, really fast backwards. And then eventually going fast enough that he then ran into somebody's front yard, right? Not backyard, but front yard. People have to understand the difference between back and front. Usually my girl, sometimes I try to tell her, like, listen, I'm trying to, you know what? Nope, not gonna go that deep. But then when the boy eventually backed into, the front yard and everything, right? He was closed in by one of the police officers. They came out. I don't know if there was gun drawn or anything like that. But they came out there and they went to the door. To their surprise, a 10-year-old boy was there, right? And then they were trying to figure out, like, what the heck are you doing driving a minivan, a soccer mom minivan, right? Because most likely those police officers probably heard the stories about soccer moms, giving out the punani, right? So they were trying to see if they would have their go-ahead, so she wouldn't get a night in jail. Like, listen, you can go to a night in jail, or we heard about you soccer moms, right? Is it true what they say? You know what I'm saying? And she might say no and stuff like that. And then he's like, oh, well, I guess you might have to spend a night in jail. And, now that I'm saying that actually sounds very bad. It's like, yeah, that's very bad. But ignore that last segment. We're gonna probably cut that part out. But yeah, what I was saying. So they asked him, like, why are you driving around? What's going on? He was like, listen, my dad told me to go out to get some Cheerios, right? So it's crazy to me that this boy would snitch on his dad, right? And so then they asked him, like, listen, we doubt that your dad would let you do this, right? So we're assuming your dad must be intoxicated. Is he intoxicated? And he was like, yeah, my dad is drunk. He is definitely drunk and intoxicated right now. This guy's a full-fledged snitch, right? This boy is a full-fledged snitch. They didn't release it, the boy, like, what type of race he was and everything. But just based on that, you can know that he's most likely Caucasian. I'm sorry, Caucasian males who are watching this. It just so happens that usually Caucasian males are known to snitch a lot. But then again, at the same time, I've seen a lot of black people knowing to snitch too. Asians too. We can't forget about Asians. You know who don't really snitch a lot, though? Hispanics. I don't really hear a lot about Hispanics snitching. No, it's crazy. Not a lot of stories, but I'm pretty sure it happens. I'm pretty sure it happens. Right? But so pretty much what they did was like, yo, we got to take this boy home, right? And we got to, get these drunk parents and teach them a thing or two, right? So get over there, come to realize the parents weren't drunk, they weren't intoxicated at all they were doing was sleeping, right? So this boy is just a bad child. He's just a very, very bad child, right? And I think you guys heard about that one bad child, the little fat boy that stole his grandmother's car and said that he wanted to do hood rat stuff with his friends, right? I'm pretty sure that this boy has probably been inspired by that boy, and they probably in cahoots with each other, even though I think that boy by now is probably at least 18, 20 years old, God knows. But yes, I'm pretty sure him and, together they have some type of blood relation somehow, right? Listen, right now they're saying they're not sure they're gonna press any charges on the boy. Not that I feel like you really press charges on the boy though, honestly, right? I guess you could say that he's just a mischievous child. But I think this is where I tell Caucasian parents, you might have to beat your child, right? Aggressively. Beat them not to the point of death, but let them think that I might die, right? Because once you do that, they second guess before they go out in your vehicle to go get some Cheerios. Most likely, he was also going to probably steal the Cheerios, unless he stole money from the purse or wallets. Probably, if you're going to go do that, you might as well go all the way. If you're going to steal the car, might as well take the stuff out the wallet, take the credit cards, go crazy with it, right? We gotta talk about Keri Hilson. You guys know Keri Hilson, at least I hope you do. One of the more prettier artists out there, right? She's very, very attractive, very gorgeous in the face, right? Her forehead is kind of big. I was surprised about that. I was definitely surprised about that. But it's not like the Rihanna forehead. Rihanna has a whole knuckle on her forehead, right? She's like a ram. So you can just use that joint, bow, and just knock you clean, right? Just knock you clean. You wake up probably 2 weeks later, probably figuring out like what the hell happened, and then she's right there again while your eyes open to knock you back out. You know what I'm saying? With her strong knuckle forehead. Keri Hilson, she has a forehead, but it doesn't make her look as attractive as Rihanna, right? Even though I feel like Keri Hilson is very attractive, it's just I feel like she should not expose the forehead that much, and I think she may know that. That's why she doesn't show the forehead too much. But I digress, right? She was actually on doing an interview with Persia Nicole, right? This surprised me because Keri Hilson hasn't been relevant quite some time, right? But we're willing to take her back in just off the strength that she's gorgeous. While she was in the interview, she was talking about pretty much her squashing the beef with Beyoncé, right? And she had once released a diss track towards Beyoncé, which was Turning Me On and everything, right? And I don't know, I might be the only one who's surprised by this, right? I had no idea that song was a diss track. I had no idea that Keri Hilson and Beyoncé had beef. And now that I know they had beef, why do they have beef? Right? Was it a situation to Jay-Z smash? Jay-Z has been known to be the guy who slings his penis in anything that gives him a chance, right? I'm not upset at him. I'm not upset at him for doing that. I respect it at the end of the day. Right now, when you're alive as a man that's making a buku money, it's making a crazy amount of money, you should definitely try to smash as many females as you can, right? While your penis is still working. So I'm not going to fault him for that, right? I fault Beyonce for trying to refrain him from trying to get as much punani as possible, right? It's crazy because, us as men, we're not meant to be monogamous, right? We're meant to spread the seed to as many takers as possible, and the women are supposed to find the strongest suitor, right? The alpha male, in order to ingest their juices, right? And not through orally, but through vaginally, to their innards and everything, right? Once again, I digress, right? But the whole beef thing was very surprising, right? I wonder if Beyonce knew this, but apparently she came on there and said, like, listen, me and Beyonce have actually spoken, actually squashed the beef, right? And it's crazy to me because she then came out and said that, listen, I'm also willing to work with Beyonce in the future. Who knows? We can possibly do a collab. You would definitely like that, wouldn't you? When she said that part, it all made sense now, right? It all made sense. Like I said before, Keri Hilson, even though being very, very attractive, very boinkable in the face, right? You would think that she would do anything to get her career back, right? Probably drop some hits and everything, right? So now, what better way to spark her way back in by breaking, explaining that she is not beefing with one of the bigger artists known as Beyonce, right? Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if she just made this whole thing up, and Beyonce and her was never beefing, or it's one of those things that Beyonce was like, I wasn't mad at you were mad at me type stuff. I guess. I really don't I really don't care. I'm Beyonce, right? She got the beehive with the girls that leave bees under people's comments when you disrespect Beyonce and stuff. That's what they're mainly good for and stuff, right? Maybe she's doing this as a way to revitalize rather her career and everything, right? And listen, if that's what you want to do, Keri Hilson, that's what you want to do. But it's a new era now, right? Back in the day when she came out, it was more soulful music, sensual music. It was nice now, right? But now she's coming out at the time with the Meg Thee Stallions, the Cardi B's, the City Girls and stuff, right? They up the ante. Very, very sexualized. You're gonna have to show a lot of skin. You might have to come with some booty shaking. You might have to buy some enhancements, right? I wish it wasn't like that. Because a lot of these enhancements don't always look good. A lot of these girls, even when they're wearing bathing suits, they look like they're wearing diapers. Very, very plump diapers. Not diapers that are fresh diapers. Diapers that have been already doo-dooed and peed in. That's how their booties look sometimes. But then you have some girls like Summerella who found a good surgeon. And, that looks pretty good. Bernice Burgos also found a very, very good surgeon. Looking very good and stuff. But, Keri Hilson, her beauty can make up for a lot of that, right? Or she might have to gain some weight. If she gains some weight, maybe the booty might get fatter, the area, everything gets bigger and stuff. And if she can allocate the fat in the right spots, then we'll listen to her vocals, right? But even when she comes up with the vocals, it has to be super hyper, sexualized, right? I really wish it wasn't like that, man. I'm serious. I know I say that a lot, but I really wish it wasn't like that. I wish we can go back to the soulful music, right? Soulful music, and then just have a little bit of booty, just a little bit, just a side angle booty. We don't gotta see too much. You can leave a little bit of mystery, right? But now, that's just not gonna cut it. We gotta talk about this guy Camron, man. You guys know Camron, right? You know what I'm saying? He was also one of the main actors in Paid in Full, right? You know what I'm saying? People do this all the time, blah, blah, blah. I know that's not the exact line and everything, right? But I just wanted to say the B part because, people love saying that, people do this all the time, and people just adding stuff, but I digress, man. I've been digressing a lot in this video. I just like saying the word I digress. It just sounds good, right? But you guys know, I'm talking about Camron because recently he was getting at the guy Derrick Jaxn, and I know, right? You guys are tired of me talking about Derrick Jaxn, but as long as he keeps hitting the news, I'm gonna keep talking about him, right? Because I dislike this guy, and I want to make sure that he gets destroyed, continuously getting destroyed, right? And I know a lot of people are like, that's stupid. The reason why it's stupid because you keep giving him publicity, right? You keep talking about him. Yes, I understand what you're saying, right? That does make sense, but you have to understand this at the same time. I'm nobody, right? Nobody big is watching this. I don't know if anybody big is watching this. I don't know. Because I remember I was making those videos about Meek Mill, and then I was like, Meek Mill actually saw the video, and then he unfollowed me on Instagram. So I guess some big people might be watching it, and then Derrick Jaxn, I made that video about him, and then he blocked me on Instagram. So but you guys know what the hell I mean. This guy Camron and Derrick Jaxn has had somewhat of a beef for quite some time now, right? Camron really dislikes Derrick Jaxn, as do I, right? But I was surprised about this. I did not know that they were, quarreling often, right? Or maybe it was one-sided. I'm not sure, right? But what has happened was that this guy Derrick Jaxn seemed to have posted a tribute to DMX. Rest in peace, DMX, man. You guys know the whole story and everything, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about his death and everything, right? But this guy, put a tribute out there, pretty much shouting out, DMX and, putting RIP and everything, right? And Camron just did not like that, right? Because Camron came out and said, listen, dude, this guy is Waldo from Family Matters, right? And that was freaking hilarious because you guys know Waldo was a goofball his damn self. And he's saying this guy is a cornball. Right? He's saying that this guy Derrick Jaxn's a cornball, and DMX, DMX would have never, doesn't like you, man. He doesn't like guys like you, right? And I agree. I don't think DMX likes guys like this, right? Guys that try to portray men a certain type of light, right? Trying to pander to women in order to make himself look good and also put money in his pockets by selling books, right? And us men, we have tried. People like Lil Duval, we've been out here trying to tell women that this guy is no good, but they refuse to listen. Why? Because women love listening to what sounds good, right? They love hearing, masturbation to their ears. You know what I'm saying? Just stuff like that. Us men, we're not bad guys. We just try to say it how it is, unlike Derrick Jaxn, right? So he just told him straight up, like, listen, this is some terrible stuff, right? Don't you ever come up and post stuff about DMX. He wouldn't never like you, right? And even commenting on the shade room and everything, right? So this guy Derrick Jaxn, he came back and said, dude, why are you worried? Why are you so upset? You worried about me? You're making this about me. You should focus on the fact that DMX just passed out, man. Don't let this guy's legacy, don't mess up this guy's legacy because you're angry at me, right? Camron reacted the same way I would react. Like, bro, don't you give me that damn legacy stuff. Like, no, it's not like that, bro. You just doing that because it's on the shade room. You just replying because you're trying to make people forget about the bad guy that you are, the phony that you are, and stuff like that. You're trying to use this as a distraction. I'm not going for that, bro. I'm not gonna forget. People don't forget. It's like that kid in elementary school, right? That peed himself, right? Peed himself in front of everybody, right? And then everybody gets older and stuff. People are in their 30s or something like that. And that one guy, Cameron's that guy that's like, listen, I never forgot that you peed on yourself in elementary school, right? It's like, dude, that was like 30 years ago, man. I don't care if it was 30 years ago, all right? I'm never gonna forget. I'm gonna remember that, all right? I'm gonna take it to you anyway. I'm gonna go to the 50th anniversary. I'm right there telling you peed yourself. I'm not gonna forget that, and I respect that. I actually agree with Camron, man. I feel like this might be, and this is not because I hate Derrick Jaxn, but it might be also because I hate Derrick Jaxn. But I think it is just off the strength that he is trying to use this as a distraction. I'm like, listen, guys, slowly do, I'm gonna slowly do stuff here and there, not put my relationship guru stuff out there. I'm just gonna do some stuff on the side here and there, and then once the coast is clear, maybe after a few months, 6-7 months, then I'm gonna come back with my guru stuff. But now I'm gonna come in a different way. No, Camron is putting the pressure on this guy, right? And I was really wondering, does this guy just dislike Derrick Jaxn just off the strength of just how he panders? It is true that is one of the reasons, right? But I found out that Camron, once he broke up with his girl Juju, right? Or they broke up. I'm not sure who broke up with who. I think Juju broke up with him. I'm not sure. But Derrick Jaxn spoke on it, right? And I guess probably spoke negatively about Camron, right? I was trying to find a video. I couldn't find a video and everything, right? And I guess Camron, just like Michael Jordan in his freaking documentary, he took that personally, and rightfully so, because it is personal at that point, right? You're tarnishing my name, right? Now that I had broken up, I'm no longer with Juju, right? Doesn't mean you can tarnish me. You don't mean you can destroy me, kick me while I'm down, right? He even said I never cheated on her, I never lied to her, and all that stuff. I'm not sure how that relationship was. I just know that Juju was very attractive. I think she was very attractive. I'd be upset myself if I was to lose her, right? But hey, listen, man. This is what happens when you jump in and you start pandering, right? When you pander so much, you start getting to another level that people start disliking you, right? Because can tell you're not being genuine, right? At this point, I won't be surprised if Derrick Jaxn opened his shirt up and there was a big P for pander, right? Pandering pussy, right? Probably a double P, pandering pussy, right? Would I say that to Derrick Jaxn's face? I would say that to his face. I don't care if he's swole as hell. It doesn't matter, because I'll give him one of these. I pound it because I wouldn't fight him, because that guy is very swole. That guy is very swole. I'm lying. I would definitely try to punch him in the face. I would punch him in the face, and then I'd probably run, right? And you can call me the B word, I guess, but I still punched him in the face. I'm gonna punch him good though. Punch him real good. I'm not. I'm a phony. The thing that was funny too, there was a few people that co-signed with this whole argument and everything, right? T.I., Slim Thug, they all jumped in to come and jump this guy Derrick Jaxn, and just because just the guy he is, right? This messing up for everybody out there. It's crazy, man. I love when men, we get together, right? We build that unity, right? And people say that black people don't work together. We definitely do, right? To destroy guys like Derrick Jaxn, guys that destroy the culture. I'm not saying that the culture is good about cheating and all that stuff, but I just don't like Derrick Jaxn. I think we all understand we don't like Derrick Jaxn. I feel like a lot of women should not like him, just off the strength that he's made y'all lose a lot of relationships because you guys were listening to this pandering demon, right? This pandering demon. He's a panderer. Panding. It's not. Yeah, let's say panding. We're gonna make a word for him. Panding. The pandering panda pussy. Pandering panda pussy. That's nice. I'm gonna trademark that. But that's all the news I got for today, man. If you stayed this long, I appreciate you. I love you, man. Thank you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as with the post notification. That way you'll always be one of the first people to hear the voice of long trousers. And if you like this video, man, make sure you leave a like. Like I said, because I'm so insecure. Share this video with your friends, your buddy, your loved ones, man. Tell them all come, so so they can hear the voice of Long Trousers, right? And at the same time, you gotta buy the merch, mofo, men offering females orgasms. Link in the description box below. And that's all I gotta say. Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos. And I'm out. Now, I wouldn't run away. I'd punch him and I'd stay there.